Hi, I'm Seth from Small Acts of Living Yoga. I'm about to guide you through a 75-minute Hatha yoga class, all about the spine. So we're going to be coming into some really nice twists to release some lower back pain. Maybe you've been sitting at a desk all day, and just increase some blood circulation to that area of the body and also calm the nervous system. Twists are an incredible way to calm down our nervous system. So let's get started. So for the first part of this class, we'll be starting with some meditation and just a focus on our breath. So I'll invite you to find a comfortable seat. Maybe you want to sit on a block, on a cushion, and just find a cross-legged position. Just place your palms face down on your knees. And just close the eyes. And just take a moment to arrive in your body. Soften the face. Relax your shoulders. Keep a soft jaw. Just bring your attention to the rise and fall of the breath. Noticing its gentle ebb and flow. And make sure you guide your breath all the way from your belly, all the way to the top of the head, and then all the way back down. Just follow it. Notice how the body responds to the breath, how the lungs expand and contract, the chest rises and falls. Just notice. Become aware of the sensation of holding this posture, but at the same time being completely relaxed. On your next inhalation, I want you to visualize that every single cell of your body is breathing in. And as you exhale, every single cell of your body is breathing out. Full body breathes in. Full body breathes out. See if you can trace your breath as you inhale up every single vertebrae of your spine. And then watch it travel all the way back down each vertebrae into the depths of the belly. And this sensation of keeping this soft expression on the face, but also this strength in the body, I want you to focus on this during your practice. Always trying to keep a soft expression, a soft jaw, whilst also feeling strength from within. From here, keeping the eyes closed, bring the hands together in prayer position in front of the chest. Just notice the sensation of your hands against one another, the thumbs pressing into the chest lightly. Let's take an inhale for Om. Inhale. Thank you. Gently blink open your eyes. We're going to start today's practice in a cross-legged position, so you can stay where you are. So we're going to take our right foot and we're going to place it just over the top of our left knee, or just in the crease between our left thigh. And once you're here, we're going to take a deep breath in and we're going to exhale and twist. So we're going to bring our left hand to the outside of our right knee. Right hand comes behind the spine. We turn our head over the right shoulder. And again, we bring our attention back to the breath. Noticing the belly expanding and contracting. Keeping the soft face. And extending every exhalation until the very end of your breath. And slowly come back to center. We're going to switch sides now. We're going to place the left foot across the top of the right knee. And from here, take an inhalation. And as we exhale, right hand comes to left knee. And we take a nice twist, turning our head over the left shoulder. Be sure to activate your Ujjayi breath here, using it as an anchor to bring your sense of gravity all the way down into the belly. Just try to calm the mind by telling it it's okay to do less. It's okay just to be here in this twist, in this simple posture now. And slowly bring yourself back to center. From here, I'm just going to twizzle around. We're going to stay with the left foot over the top of the right knee, or whichever foot, it doesn't matter, whichever one you had. And then we're just going to slowly walk forward. So you can place your forearms onto the mat, or if that feels too much for your hips, you can take a block and place it horizontally and just rest your forearms here. Just want to slightly lean the weight over. Just be too cautious you're not lifting your sit bones too much. Just take some breaths here, feeling that stretch, that deep stretch into your hip socket. Hands are gently pressed together. And release. Walk the hands back up. We're going to change legs now. So we're going to take the right foot or the left, whichever one you had, take the opposite. And then we're going to walk down, either placing forearms down onto the mat or onto a block. Just noticing the connection with the earth here underneath your hands, underneath your sit bones. Just connecting with that stability that the earth gives us in our practice. And then slowly pad your way back up. If you were using a block, you can place it to one side. And from here, we're just going to roll into our all fours position, making sure that our fingers are spread wide, our knees are underneath our hips, our hands are underneath our shoulders. From here, I want you to think again about that connection with the earth. So I want you to press down with your hands and also with your back legs and feet. And just notice that connection to the earth. Notice how that engages the body. And then from here, we're going to do some nice spine releasing cat-cows. So we're going to take a deep inhale, arch the back, chest up, head up, hold. Exhale, round the spine, push with your hands, tuck in the head, hold. Inhale the heart through the hands, hold. Exhale, round the spine. Just continue these movements to the rhythm of your own deep, slow breath, using it as an opportunity to connect with your body, to connect with the breath. Just remaining soft still in your face in these movements. And then just coming to a straight spine, we're just going to do a few wrist warm-ups, as we'll be using the wrist quite a bit in the beginning of this practice. So we're going to bring our wrists out to face the side of the mat, and we're simply just going to rock gently from side to side, just over those wrists. Just taking it gently and slowly. And then we're going to walk maybe both hands to face our body. If this feels like too much, you can do one at a time. And maybe we can, if we are doing it one at a time, you just want to bend your weight a little bit back toward the heels, just really feeling that stretch up the wrist. And switch. Just take the other hand back and bring the weight slightly further back. If you're not feeling this, you can bring your hand further away. If you're feeling too much, you can bring the hand closer. So just do whatever works for you. Maybe one wrist feels a little bit more tight than the other. That's completely normal. And release. Both wrists come down to the mat. We can just do some circles one way and another of each hand. And then place the palms down. So from here, we're going to just come into some nice gentle shoulder twists just to start mobilizing the spine. So we're going to place our right palm in the center of the mat. And before we begin this next part of the posture, I want you to think about, if you raise your left hand, you'll start to feel the weight of your body kind of dumping onto that right hand. But instead, I want you to think about pushing down with that right hand and lifting actively from the ground, really creating this strength in your right arm. So with this strong right arm, from here, imagine you have a bow and arrow in your left hand, and you're pulling back that arrow, and you're stretching the left arm all the way to the ceiling. And just stay here, breathing deeply. Noticing the opposite sensation between rooting down with the right hand and lifting and stretching up with the left. And then on your exhalation, in really slow motion, we're going to thread that left arm underneath the right. And we're just going to come down briefly. So briefly come to the left shoulder, and then we inhale the arm back and up. So we're just coming into some nice thread the needle positions here. Just taking it slowly, really connecting with how the body is moving. One last time. And then let's come to rest on our left shoulder here. From here, we're going to shimmy our hips to the left slightly. So just shimmy them to the left. And we're going to take our right arm and we're just going to wrap it around the back of the body. So you can either just place the back of that hand on your lower back, or you can wrap it around the body and either just tuck it into the side of your left thigh. You can grip onto your left thigh if that feels okay. Think about rolling that right shoulder back. Stay here for a couple of breaths. And slowly release. Unravel that right hand. Place it back in front of the face. And just gently lift your way out of that posture. You can place both palms flat down and come back into some nice spine releasing cat-cows. Just gently mobilizing the spine. Good. From here, let's go to the other side. So we're going to place the left palm in the center now. Make sure your fingers are spread wide. And again, think about pressing down and lifting from that arm to give you extra height. From here, inhale, grab your bow and arrow and lift the arrow all the way back and up to the ceiling. Opening the right side of the body. Already bringing a bit of a twist to the spine. Hold it here. And then on your next exhalation, very, very slowly, we thread that right arm through. Use your core here. Connect every muscle of the body. Press down into the floor and then come back up. Exhale down and in. Inhale, come back up. Stretch it up to the ceiling. Exhale, down. Inhale, back and up. And then exhale, come down all the way to your right shoulder now. Wiggle your hips to the right. And we're going to lift the left arm all the way behind and tuck it in onto that right thigh, or just rest it on the lower back. Keep a soft face, relax your jaw. Deepen the breath. And then very slowly unravel that arm, placing it back in front of the face and just gently releasing yourself from that posture. Again, let's just take some gentle cat-cows. Really connecting with our spine here. And release. So from here, we're going to come into a plank pose. So just walk your hands a little bit further forward. Come onto the tiptoes of your feet. So in your plank pose, your whole body is activated. All the muscles of your body, your glutes, your core, your shoulders, your wrists, the leg muscles are pulled up to the bone. Just notice that strength in the body for a moment. Take an inhale here, roll forward, look forward, take a little bend in the elbows, and on your exhalation, lower yourself all the way down to the floor. Untuck the toes, place the hands either side of your shoulders. Let's come into a nice spine releasing cobra. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, gently press into your cobra. And exhale, allow the heart to release forward. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, forward. From here, press the hand into the mat. Come back into your downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, you want to create this upside down V shape with your body. So if it helps, you can bend your knees to allow your chest to travel a little bit closer. Spread your fingers wide. Activate your legs, your heels. And roll the shoulders away from each other like you're trying to create more space in your upper back. Gentle, slow breaths here. Pressing down with your thumb and index finger. And then from here, just come to step onto the tiptoes of the left foot. Lift and stretch the right leg to the back of the room. I have quite tight hamstrings, so I can't lift my leg really, really high, but it doesn't matter how high you lift your leg. Just feel that leg active. Feel your left ankle working. And on your next exhale, draw that right knee into chest and just hold it here for a moment, using the core to draw it into the body. And then step that foot between the hands. From here, we lower our left knee and we're going to come into runner's lunge position. So from here, you want to be onto your fingertips of your hand. You want to create enough space between your front foot and your back foot. So if necessary, you can walk your back leg a little bit further back so that you can really already feel that stretch down the left hip flexor. So from here, pressing with your fingers, just draw the hips and the pelvis down to the floor and look beyond your mat. So you should definitely be feeling a nice stretch down the left hip flexor. A bit of an opening in your right hip also. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Just breathe here. Close your eyes if that helps you connect to the posture. And then we're going to slowly press our way back into a half split position. So walk the hands back and straighten that right leg, flex the right foot back towards the face. If this feels too much, you can take a little bend in that right knee. Use your back left foot to support you here. It can be a little bit wobbly. Really press that back foot into the floor, press your front heel into the floor, and just tuck in the head. And then from here, just walk back forward into your runner's lunge position. Maybe you want to flow between the two. Using your breath, inhaling forward and exhaling back. Just finding that gentle softness in between the yang aspect of your yoga practice. There's always a yin aspect to add as well. So when we push, we also have this softness, and the two meet together in your practice. So just come back to your runner's lunge position. From here, press with your front foot into the mat and lift into a lunge, a low lunge position. From here, we're going to come into a twist. So you can place your hands on your hips, and I want you to twist to your right. So just twist your torso all the way to the right side. And then from there, I want you to open that right shoulder. So draw that right shoulder back and then stretch your right arm to the back of the room. From here, you then open your left arm and look back towards your right thumb. So we're just coming into a nice twist here. Press down with your front foot and your back foot to really keep you supported in this position. Soften the face. Close the eyes. And just keep that soft, gentle breath. Even though you can feel your body is working, keep that softness there. And come back to center. Bring the hands back into prayer in a moment. Notice how your right shoulder feels here. And then from here, we slowly place our left hand maybe just a little bit in front of that right foot. We're going to look back towards our back foot, and we're going to take a bend in that left knee. And we're going to open our right arm and see if we can grip on to that back foot. If this is not possible for you, that's absolutely fine. You can just keep your arm stretched towards the back and looking towards that back foot. Ultimately, we want to open the chest and just create that gentle spinal twist. If you do have your foot, see if you can just press your hips forward slightly so you can feel that stretch down the left hip flexor. Stay with your breath always. Focus on the breath. Keep it soft. Keep your expression soft. And very gently release that leg. Bring both hands back to the mat. And let's just come into a brief vinyasa. So we're going to just come into our plank pose. Take a moment, there's no rush. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and exhale through the mouth. Deep breath in and exhale. Take a moment, downward facing dog. And then from here, come to the tiptoes of the right foot, lift and stretch the left leg up towards the back of the room. Deep breaths here, press with your hands, press with your right foot. And then slowly bring that left knee into chest and just hold it here for a moment using your core. Press up with your hands, keep a strong back leg. And then place that left foot down, we bring right knee down. From here, we come into runner's lunge. So I'm going to walk my right leg a little bit further back. And then press with your fingers into the floor, look beyond your mat. Really feel that stretch down the right hip flexor and also in that left hip. Relax your jaw. Deepen the breath. And then from here, we're just going to slide our way back to that half split position. Just walking the fingertips back. Remember to press with your back foot and your front heel to lock you into this position. Tuck in the head. If you have tight hamstrings, sometimes these poses can feel a little bit intense. If it feels too much, take a bend in your knee. And let's come into our flow, inhaling forward, exhaling back. And just continue this flow, imagining that the breath is actually what guides the movement. So the breath comes first, the movement travels along that breath. Good, and just remain here in your runner's lunge. And then from here, we're going to press with our front foot and come into that low lunge position. We're going to come into that twist on the other side now. So from here, we're just going to twist our torso to the left. Open up the left shoulder by literally rolling that shoulder open, stretching the left arm to the back of the room, bringing the right arm forward and looking back towards your left thumb. Really press with your front foot and your back leg here. Keep a soft face. Close the eyes. And slowly bring the hands back into prayer position. Just observe the feeling of the left shoulder for a moment. And then from here, place that right palm down, maybe a little bit in front of that left foot. Take a bend in your right knee. Look back and grab on to your foot. If you want to hold it from a different position, you can. Whatever works for your body. Again, if you can't reach, just reach back and look back. Remember to send the pelvis and hips forward. Deep breaths. And very gently release that leg. And we're going to come back into plank position. Just stay here for a moment. Maybe notice any new sensations of the body, how your hips or your hip flexors feeling. And then we look forward, inhale all the way forward to the tips of the toes. Take a bend, exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale. Inhale, cobra. Take it slow. Exhale. Inhale, push your way back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here and a deep breath out. Deep breath in and deep breath out. From here, we're just going to slide forward to come back into plank position. We're going to come into a side plank with a bit of a twist. So we're going to place our left palm in the center of the mat. We're going to slowly turn onto the inside edge of that left foot. And then from here, we're going to take our right leg and we're going to just take a bend and place that right foot in front of our body. And in here, we then stretch the right arm up to the ceiling. Soften the face. Make sure you're lifting from the inside of your left obliques, lifting away from the floor. And then we can walk that right foot back. We're going to come back into our thread the needles. So take an inhale here, exhale. Inhale, well done, this is really strong, exhale. One more, inhale, exhale. And then come back into your plank pose. That's really strong on the left arm. So maybe just bring a bit of release to the body and move however feels good for you. Maybe rocking back and forth. From here, let's come to our right side. So we're going to place the right palm in the center, roll to the inside edge of the right foot, and this time left foot is placed in front of the body. Lift the left arm up to the ceiling. Lift your hips from your right side. Deepen the breath. Good, and then let's walk that left foot back so it crosses over the front and come into our thread the needle. Inhale up, exhale thread. Inhale up, take them slow. Exhale thread. Inhale up, exhale. Good, come back to your plank pose, well done. And let's take a well-deserved child pose. Knees out to the side of the mat, toes to touch. Allow your forehead just to rest on the mat. Relax your shoulders. Reconnect with the breath here. One last breath. And then slowly emerge out of your child's pose and just come back to an all fours position. From here, we're going to come into our downward facing dog, so fingers spread wide. If you can, draw the heel down towards the mat. Legs are active as much as your arms are active. And then from here, look forward. Step the right foot forward, and then the left comes to meet right. From here, place the hands a little bit more in front of you. Inhale, look up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, head and chest up. Exhale, fold. From here, we're going to come into a chair pose. So we're going to bend our knees. Make sure that your feet have about 2 fists distance between them. So we're going to press the feet into the floor. And then we're going to draw our arms behind us to begin. Take an inhale. And as we exhale, we sit deeply into our chair pose. And we lift and stretch the arms up to the ceiling. Couple more breaths here, really strong in the legs. Then we're going to bring our hands into prayer position. Take an inhalation here. And on the exhale, we're going to bring our left elbow to the outside of our right knee. And I just want you to observe your knees here. It's really common for like one knee to come in front of the other. So if it is, just look and make sure it's back. Really tuck your elbow on the outside of that knee. Press the palms together to come into this chair twist. Deep breaths. And then from here, we're going to lift the heel of that left foot. And with control, we're going to step it back and come in to a deeper twist here.